going on, everybody? It is Thursday, the 18th of May. Tomorrow is day one of the Legends event right here, the Legends of Fork. It used to be a Legends Owners Tournament, but since Legend boats are no longer in business, they just call it the Legends of Fork now. And it's a 3-day tournament with some really good payouts. Usually has around 400 boats, 300 to 370 to 450 boat range. It has a pretty darn good turnout. Before I give you a rundown today, I very gently want to bring up a topic that very often on not just Lake Fork, but anywhere in the world where fishermen exist, the ocean, deadliest catch, it even happens between the captains on deadliest catch. And that is the topic of public water. The first thing that I'll bring up, just to make very, very clear, is that Lake Fork specific, and most of these places that are public lakes, you do not own any property on it, any spot on it, whether you're first, whether you're last. It's not a parking lot where you park your vehicle and someone's not allowed to park next to you. There is a level of respect, courtesy. But if we discuss directly in tournaments, for example, certain tournaments, the Bass Champs, I believe, has a 25-yard rule upon approachment of another tournament angler. That applies to the tournament. Those are tournament rules, not the law. It's for that tournament. The BASS Elite does not have that rule. And there's been many times that they're boat on boat, 5 feet away from each other, fishing the same exact hole or brush pile. And they argue about it. They fight about it. The reason I'm bringing this up is generally what happens is when fishing's really, 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 really good and everybody's catching them, nobody tends to care whether you're in front of them or whether you're behind them or whether you're even in their area. But I'm bringing this up for 2 reasons. Number one, fishing's been really tough on Fork for quite a while. And we're beginning to have those issues where you come around another boat, and specifically, I'm not going to say names, I refuse to, but you come around another guide, and my God, you're not supposed to even be in the area. You shouldn't be in front of them, you shouldn't be behind them, you cut them off, you cut behind them, guys just don't do that. And honestly, it's a joke. It's an absolute joke. It's high school, not even high school level drama. It is junior high school drama. I'll meet you ashore, whoop your ass kind of bullshit. And I'm going to call it a spade is a spade, and a heart is a heart, and a diamond is a diamond, and a club is a club. It's straight out bullshit. It needs to stop on Lake Fork. Okay? It needs to be done. So here's where I'm going with this. I was threatened about 6 weeks ago by another fishing guide, and my client was so upset we pulled off the water, and I filed charges against him, and they gave him a ticket. It was a Class C misdemeanor ticket. I was physically threatened because I cut him off by 150 yards. The clients that were on that man's boat, not the day he threatened me, but the day I cut him off, called me, booked me, and told me they're sorry for his behavior, that I was 150 yards in front of him when I cut him off. We were in No Name Cove with 10 other boats. And so my direct elephant here is if a guide is on the lake and gives you crap, just ignore him, ghost him, don't respond, don't yell back. That makes the fire be worse. If they cross the line, take your phone and film them. If they really cross the line, press charges. It's the only way to make this stupid elephant quit. These guys think Texas bully, gonna whoop your ass bullshit mentality scares people away, pushes people away. And realistically, all it does is hurt all of us. Every single one of us is an ambassador of the name Lake Fork. I don't care if there's someone else's guides, clients. I should respect the clients no matter what. Not the water, not the spot. And when you're 100 yards behind someone or 150 yards in front of someone, you just don't make a stink about it. If you didn't know who they were and they were public, you wouldn't scream at some unknown public person. Because you know who it is, you message him or meet him in the parking lot and tell him, don't you ever do that again. And it's just, I am at my wit's end with it. And my response to it is going to be null and voided. I'm ghosting these dudes, these clique of groups of guys that think because they've been here for so long, that think they own this damn lake. Someone said to me the other day that I've never seen you in this area. I've never seen you in this area. Well, what do I got to give you my damn resume? I got a right to be anywhere I want. I search and I hunt and I scout the lake. I didn't follow you with a drone and end up coming in behind you. You're not catching fish anyways. I went the opposite way when I came behind you. You're pissed off because I caught 2 5-pounders and you know it and you didn't. That's the way I see it. If you were catching fish, you wouldn't care. Dale Earnhardt used to say, when all the other race car drivers are hating you, you must be winning. If you're sucking ass, they don't care. They're not bothered by you. So the issue is that Lake Fork's been really, really tough. I'm bringing this up for 2 reasons. I do want this to go out there publicly, that I'm talking about it, because I want it to change. I want guides to realize that every single one of us is an ambassador, and we look stupid when we act out of line and treat each other like crap and call each other dirt and names and judge each other and put each other in the hole because of fishing spots and locations on a public lake. Mark Pack used to share fishing holes, and this is a fact. Mark Pack used to wave me in. Mark Pack, one time there was 3 of us, we were nose to nose. Steve Wells, coach, Mark Pack, and myself. And we were so close, Mark Pack was telling his clients to boat flip them up on our decks of our boats. And let Steve take that one off. Let Mike take that one off for you. We had fun together. We shared fishing hole. No one's better than anybody else. We all catch them when we catch them. And that's the bottom line. The second reason I brought this up is now over this weekend, you're going to have 400 boats. That's a lot different than 100 fishing guides. Okay? If there's 100 fishing guides and you're not allowed to pull around another fishing guide, you see another fishing guide and you're not even allowed to be there, then come on, man, where are you going to fish? And go down to Timbuktu, somewhere else? You got to get along. When there's 400 boats, you guys are boat on boat on boat. The public against the public. You have to learn to share. Here's the definition of the law. There is no 25-yard rule. You can come on boat. Just do not bump boats. Do not contact someone else's boat. Secondly, don't be screaming, yelling, cursing, threatening. Now you're being assaulting. Now you're being harassing. Keep your mouth shut and do what you want to do. If you want to come fish the point and someone's on it and you still want to go fish it, go fish it. Ignore them. Don't instigate. Just do what you want to do. It's a public frickin' lake. With that being said, the lake levels are still stable. Starting to drop just a little bit. Clarity 0 to 1. 76 to almost 80 degrees. Brim spawn's happening. There's absolutely, when the cloud covers and rain kind of days we're having, we just had 2 days of cold front. Not cold front, but a cold front come through. Stay shallow. Throw the frogs, throw the wacky worms, throw the swim jigs, throw a chatterbait, throw a spinnerbait. Stay shallow, the fish are shallow. Pitch some creature baits or a drop shot on wood in 4 to 6 feet of water. When it clears out and the sun's shining high, we start having the heat comes on fast because we are mid-May. Blue skies, I don't mean blue bird skies, but I mean when this front's gone and it clears out, you need to be offshore. I had some incredible offshore fishing already this week. Monday specifically, when it cleared out in the afternoon, big schools of big fish schooled up offshore. Crankbaits, big worms, jigs, things like that. Your typical summer, pre-summer bite. Big worms and Carolina rigs and things like that. So be willing to zig and zag. Do what you need to do. Other than that, I don't have a lot of information for you. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you in your subscription. Put your comments below what you think about the topic that I brought up. Should sharing water is that not acceptable? I mean, if a guide is in a cove or a public person is in a cove, does he own the whole cove? You're not allowed to come in there. If he's in eyesight of you, are you not allowed to come around him? Put your comments on that. I'd like to know. Other than that, again, thank you so much for your subscription. I'm going to go do a members only rundown, and I will give them more juice than I'm giving you guys. Quite a bit more juice, as a matter of fact, because there are some specific things right now that are catching more numbers, and there's a real specific thing that's catching big fish. All right. Thanks for watching. I'm Mike McFarland, the Lake Ford Guide.